This is such a bad idea. This is such a bad idea. I was thinking that there'd be some fog coming out of my mouth or whatever. Yeah, roll it. See my glasses completely fog up. This is such a stupid fucking idea. I don't know which episode this is going to be for. It's going to be for either episode 66 or episode 69. Episode 66 or episode 68. I have a two-parter that I'm working on, and I'm trying to, I need to wait on the second part before I get the second part done, or the components for the second part to get the second part done. But this episode is either going to be this Friday's episode, or it'll be next Friday's episode. So I'm getting it out of the way, and the reason being is because it's 4:47 in the morning, and we're having a hard freeze, so it's in its 20s outside, and so I'm sitting there, and I was up tonight. I was up to. Welcome to Low Tide. Welcome to episode 66 or 68 of Low Tide, the official program for Rude Planet, and I'm your host. And it's the phrase I want to start out with is, you shouldn't piss on something unless it's been stung by a jellyfish. And I had one of my closest, so we're just going to start with the piss fetish here. It's one of my closest friends back in college was telling me something about, he pointed out to me that, the smell of a skunk, if you actually pay attention to it, that smell of a skunk, if you really pay attention to it, it almost smells good. There's a perfume quality to it, and it's I thought he was kind of mad at the time, but I had one night I was shortly after I was driving my car, and there was a dead skunk in the road, and I paid attention to it. It's yeah, there's a perfume quality that sort of wafts that sort of wafts there in the background in the sinuses, it's there. And we also share a love for the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. And like, it's like I didn't catch on to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for many, many years because I was obsessed with Discworld. Discworld was something. I went to a sci-fi convention when I was in high school, and like I was overhearing a conversation somebody was having about Discworld, and I think they were talking about either Reaper Man or Mort. I can't remember. This was back in the first half of the 90s, and so I took that to heart, and like I had gone to the school library. They had one of the Discworld novels there, and I can't remember which one it was. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Weird Sisters. No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, it was during that time period, and so like I was hooked, and so like I spent every year, like waiting for the next Terry Pratchett novel. And like I would go through them over and over again. And if you don't know anything about Discworld, Discworld is sort of like a fantasy world. It is as deep and as dense as, say, Lord of the Rings, but it has a sense of humor that's more akin to Monty Python. And so like it really is just a glorious satire, and it's very beautiful stuff. And like I spent many years, and like at a certain point I stopped reading them, and I don't know why. Like I had stopped reading them probably around 2005, 2006, and like in any case, like I've sort of dropped off the map on Discworld in a lot of ways, but like I caught up in other ways. And like this morning, I started to watch The Watch, which is the first major budget adaptation of Terry Pratchett's Discworld, and I had to stop it. There's like 10 minutes left on. I had to stop it, and I thought I need to talk about this now because it's atrocious. It's atrocious. Two of my favorite characters are Sam Vimes in the books. Sam Vimes is one of my favorite characters. In fact, some of the best storylines in the Discworld novels has to deal with the Watch, which is their idea of the police. And Captain Sam Vimes is a great character, written very well, and I love the description of him in the books. He's the kind of character that he has gone on the beat, patrolling the streets of Ankh-Morpork so much that he can close his eyes and know exactly where he is exactly in the city based off the feel of the cobblestones from his shoes. It's wonderful, wonderful character. There's all these little quirks and characteristics about every character, and it's full of life. It's a beautiful series of books, and it's been adapted a couple times. There were a couple animated miniseries. There was Soul Music and Weird Sisters, and they're fun. They're made for a child's audience. So like they're cartoons, but the spirit was there, and there was also the three video games, Discworld 1, Discworld 2. I never got to play Discworld Noir because I could never find a copy of it. And I think Discworld Noir was kind of its own storyline. It was supposed to be like a film noir type story, and I think it involves the Watch, but I'm not sure. I never got to play it. And and then there was like the TV movies that the BBC did. There was like Hogfather, Color of Magic, and Going Postal. I want to say there's another one, but I don't think so. But they all had like their own charm. They all had their own charms, and they captured a lot of that, you know, essence, the essence of the books, to varying degrees of success. And it was like the TV movies were very stilted, and bloated, and just dry. And so, like, in a lot of ways, they're kind of hard to watch because of that. Because, you know, they were made for, you know, in 2 parts. They were like 4 hours long if you watch them. And so, like, they're dry and the humor doesn't really hit. But the spirit's there. And the animated series, you know, really captured the energy to a degree. The video games are probably the most successful, Discworld 1 and 2. You had Eric Idle doing the voice of Rincewind, and I forget who else it was. It was like Neil from Young Ones did a couple voices in that. It was they were all, you know, done to varying degrees of success. And so, like, you know, it's time, you know, it's like we've had Lord of the Rings, and we've had Game of Thrones, and we had all this stuff. It's time to have a proper Discworld series. And did we get that? No. Discworld got the Star Trek Discovery treatment. You know, it's like one of my other big passions is Star Trek. And the reason why I love Star Trek is, you know, like there's a timeless quality to them. You know, it's like the episodes from, you know, the original series all the way up through Voyager and Enterprise to a degree are going to stand the test of time. You know, 10, 20, 50, 100 years from now, those core episodes of Star Trek are going to last. And that's the kind of treatment that Discworld needs. Discworld is, you know, is so rich and full of life. And I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. They've gone with they tried to make it look modern, street lights, and it's almost like a cyberpunk element. It's like a cross between cyberpunk and steampunk on how they approached it. Sam Vimes is, you know, like a useless drunk. And, you know, it's just like I was talking about, like with the skunk urine, you know, it's like if you breathe it in, you know, like there's a waft of Discworld there. There's certain avenues that are familiar, but it is, and I don't know what they're making Discworld for now, you know, but they're clearly trying to, you know, make it cool. You know, they're trying to, you know, like make it, you know, towards, you know, they're trying to make it more towards, you know, modern audience or modern young audiences. And there's like this weird, you know, punk aspect to it that's just really foul. But this, man, it's like I know it's like 5 o'clock in the morning now. And like, I just had to like stop what I'm doing, plug the camera in, and, you know, just come out here and get this off of my chest. Because, you know, while there's that hint of, you know, familiarity, it's like this like skunk urine is still skunk urine. You can still smell something good from it, but you don't want it on you.
Alka-Seltzer invents a new disease, the blahs. The blahs is kind of like the blues, only physical. It's when you're down in the dumps and you don't know a cold is working on you. It's when you're not feeling right, but you don't know what's wrong. It might be a headache on its way, a stomach ache on its way. The blahs, who needs them? You know, we wouldn't have invented a disease unless we had something to take for it. Alka-Seltzer. If Alka-Seltzer can take care of real big upsets, think of what it can do for a simple case of the blahs.
You know, I thought about putting the headband on, one of the headbands on today. I think the headband is sort of a summer thing. So, yeah, in any case, I was looking at this morning's thing that I filmed, and like, man, it was like 17 minutes of me talking non-stop. The author certainly loves to hear the author talk. I guess. You know, so like, if this is a longer episode than usual, I apologize. Anyway, let's hit this thumbnail out of the way. Let's just go. It's a Gemini box. You know, what can I say? This is a mystery box from what is this? This is a mystery box from Comics Elite. They did a mystery box for the next Batman whole future state thing, and like I'm not going to get too much into future state that much. My disdain for it is more along the lines of I hate events, you know, and like I look at, you know, this February-March thing as being just sort of like a 2-month vacation from DC Comics. And like, you know, Tinian is still writing Batman and everything, so like, who fucking cares? You know, this is more, you know, like, you know, forcing in the elements that they were developing of 5G earlier this year. You know, it's like, we're gonna reboot the DC universe, whether you like it or not. And it's like, man, I'm sick and tired of like these reboots. It was like necessary once. It was like necessary once back with, you know, Crisis on Infinite Earths. But beyond that, you know, it's like, this is where like I wish DC would just take the Marvel approach and just do like the whole fuck it type thing. You know, fuck headcanon, right? You know, it's all about story and all that other shit. But you know, it's like anyway, I didn't want to get into future state that much, but they had a mystery box at Comics Elite for the next Batman. There's like 2 exclusive variants and like some exclusive other Batman shit. And so like I thought, well, I like Kyle Hotz, so like I know that the Kyle Hotz variant is in this and a couple other things, but like realistically, I don't really have any excitement for this. This is more a matter of me, you know, it's like I've seen the boxes offered by Comics Elite before, and I thought, well, I will give it a shot. And if nothing more, you know, it's like I got a couple things for my Batman box, and maybe a couple other things to pay for other things in my PC. So anyway, it was like $50, I think. I think it was like $50. So I had it, so I bought it. So anyway, screwed that one up. So there we go. Oh man, it's still cold, but not nearly as bad as it was this morning. So you could take it or leave it with that. But anyway, this is the Comics Elite. They call it The Truth. Yeah, they call it The Truth Mystery Box. Whatever the fuck that means. And that is what it is. So like I have okay, so there's my receipt and the pool tab. No pool tabs, just painter's tape. I thought this would be a perfect one to do today anyway, because like I think there's like only 5 or 6 books in this, so like I don't have to, you know, like waste too much of your time. I've already done enough of that already. Of my nerd shit. Yeah, I've wasted enough of your time as it is anyway. So let's try not to, you know, keep this very long. I have no idea about anything in here. So This is the, so I got the Frank Cho variant for punchline number 1. This is the thick punchline. So I actually was eyeing that. So I'm actually happy to have that. That will go into my PC. And okay, so here we go. This is the Kyle Hotz cover for the next Batman. And this is one of the things that DC does. Whenever they do like an event or reboot, you know, it's like the trade dress that they use is always just so atrocious. You remember the trade dress they did for Rebirth? You know, it's like, look at this ghastly, like, future state shit up here. You know, I'm sure that I'm going to come across more copies of the next Batman along the way. It's just, you know, like a highly ordered book. So I'll eventually get around to reading it. It's like one of the few books out of Future State that I'm interested in possibly reading. But yeah, as far as the Hotz cover goes, I don't necessarily see this as that interesting from a Hotz standpoint. I think it has a lot to do with the coloring. But yeah, so that's that. And then here's the second next Batman variant. And I think this is Mayhew. I want to say this is a Mayhew. No, it is a Tyler Kirkham variant for the next Batman. Look at that awful Future State branding. Man. But yeah, Tyler Kirkham did a better job than Hotz in this, I think. It's not much that you do. It's just fucking Batman, right? You know, that's the next Batman. But like, it's just, you know, medium close up, you know, of Batman on the cover. You know, how many variations of that can you do, right? So anyway, so we got some more exclusive covers from Batman, exclusive covers from Comics Elite. So we have Year of the Villain, The Joker, which is a fine read. It's written by John Carpenter. I've not seen this cover, or I might have, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I could see who the artist is, but I don't see a signature on it. I'm sure it's there, I'm just missing it. But, so there's that. And then, Crimes of Passion. It's one of these, like, is like one of these, like, 80-page giant fuck-off issues that they do every now and then, the DC does every now and then. And I know, like, this is supposed to be, like represent some, like, their, you know, pulp magazine past. I like the cover a lot. In fact, I really wish that you know, these publishers would really embrace their past a little bit more, because like it just pops. But I have no idea who's in this or who's involved in this. It's a great cover. And yeah, this is all stuff I'm going to keep. And then maybe not this. This is another copy. If you do a mystery box, you know, it's like, okay, I get the next Batman only because it is, you know, it is a new issue. That's what you're capitalizing on. I bought it knowing that there'd be, you know, multiple ones. But knock it off with, you know, like throwing in multiples of the same issue. Because, like, this is another copy of Punchline number 1. I got 2 copies of Punchline number 1 in this. So, I mean, like, I suppose I don't mind, but like this cover is really not for me. I'll put it in the box and sort of let go at that. But that's that. So yeah, what was this? This was episode 67. 66, episode 66 of Low Tide. So yeah, this is Friday. Sunday is the live stream. I'm going to be picking out the winner for this low grade copy of Avengers number 52. First appearance of Grim Reaper and Black Panther joins the Avengers. So I'm giving that away on Sunday. I will also be announcing February's prize. There's actually probably going to be more than one. This month I have more than one. I have a little grab bag of Walking Dead stuff I'm going to give away to somebody second place on Sunday. But I'll also be making an announcement for February's giveaway. So that was short and sweet, wasn't it? So please, if you want to be part of the giveaway, you need to be a U.S. resident or somebody that has arrangements to get it, and then you have to subscribe to this channel. So subscribe and comment on January video, and you will be entered automatically. And I guess that's it. There was something else I was going to point out, but it must not be too important. Yeah, I guess that's it. So that was short and sweet. I thought it was going to be a little bit more involved, but there's only so much you can talk about the punchline number one, right?